Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social session. So, in the last class, we have introduced the new topic Kakatiyas. We belong to the same land, children. It's a very important lesson because Kakatiyas ruled over the region in which we are living today. So, we must know the importance of these Kakatiyas and the kind of administrative system they followed, the kind of developmental activities they had taken up in this region. How many Kakatiya kings do you know? Do you have any idea? Yesterday, I was talking about some important Telugu literature books which were considered as the beginning of Telugu literature. The first poetic Telugu literature or literacy book is Srimad Andhra Mahabharatam, which is written by Kavitrayam. Kavitrayam means Nannaya, Tikkana and Errapragada. Apart from that, we have seen Ekamranta's Prataparudra Charitramu or Vidyanada's Prataparudra Yeshobhushanam and Vallabhacharya's Kridabhiramu. These were some of the important books which tell about the people living in those times, their kind of professions, the men and women, and they also give us their occupations. These kind of lifestyle knowledge is mostly mentioned in these books. And later we had come to know about the evolution of the Kakatiyas. Actually, they were the subordinate kings, or they held the post of Rattadi under the Rashtrakutas and the Western Chalukyas who ruled over Karnataka. Rattadi means a village head. And through their warrior skills, through their military skills, later they had established a separate kingdom, making Hanumakonda as the center. And it was during the period of Rudradeva, they shifted the capital from Hanumakonda to Warangal, the present modern day Warangal city. So it was during the period of Rudradeva that they have shifted the capital, and Rudradeva constructed one famous tank in this Hanumakonda as well as a temple. 1,000 pillars temple is constructed by Rudradeva only, and even the Bhadrakali tank is also constructed by him. So he shifted the capital to the modern Warangal. So there a fort and fort with 3 layers of protection was constructed by this Rudradeva. We shall understand today the outlay of the fort and what kind of stone walls were built and what kind of protection measures were taken by the kings in order to protect themselves from the enemies. So the fort has 3 layers of protection. The first layer was a mud hill, and it even consists of the moat. There is a picture given there. There is a outer rampart is completely covered here. You can see this one. This is the outer rampart, okay, which is completely. This is the outer rampart. This wall protected the agricultural lands, and several water tanks are present inside. So they also consist of the certain houses, huts of many artisans like the basket weavers. After crossing this one, you will come to the center, and again you will find there is another moat and moat, M-O-A-T, moat, a water divide. Have you seen the film Bahubali? In the picture Bahubali, the entrance gate falls over that water body. That is called as a moat. In order to cross that one, if the enemy wanted to enter into the palace, you have to cross that water body, and then you have to climb over that fort wall, and then you can get into the palace. So in order to protect themselves from that, they had constructed a moat, another moat here, and there is also another rampart located here. This is the inner rampart, and inside it you can see another stone wall is there and another moat is there, this pink color one. And at the center there is a temple called as Swayambhu Shiva temple. Swayambhu Shiva temple, And this Swayambhu Shiva temple has 4 entrances. From 4 directions you can enter into this Swayambhu Shiva temple, and that is located at the center of the city. And this palace residing area, or the palace located area, has 4 different entrances. You can see here, okay, 4 entrances are located, and on the 4 sides you will find the Kakatiya's grand entrance. Even while entering from Hyderabad to Warangal at Pembarthi, you will find one entrance. That is a Kakatiya sculpture. So that Kakatiya Toranam we call it as. This Kakatiya Toranam is a mark of Kakatiya's entrance. Even if you visit the Fort Warangal, even today also on 4 sides, you will find those 4 grand entrances. So those are located on the 4 sides. On the 4 sides. So this is how the fort has been built by them. And if you look at the city, how the city is, the city consists of was divided into several vadas. The several vadas, and each vada, one different professional people used to be present. For example, Sakalola Vada, Rajakas used to be present in that one. Kummarola Vada, all pot makers used to be present in that one. Bestavada, all fishermen used to be present in that one. Kapuvada, all agricultural people used to be present in that one. So these vadas, the entire city was divided into vadas, and each vada used to be with a profession, with a distinct profession, people living together there. As Kakatiyas became powerful, they had persuaded many subordinate kings to accept them as a king, and many chiefs accepted them as a kings, and they worked under them as Samantas. Samanta means subordinate kings. Even these Kakatiyas were also Samantas to the Rashtrakutas and Western Chalukyas. So the Kakatiyas had protected their Samantas, and whenever they went on a war, they used to take all these Samantas also along with them to fight the war. And many Samanta chiefs also attempted to become independent, but Kakatiyas had sent armies and they had subdued them. They had killed them, or otherwise they had pacified their power, and they made them to accept Kakatiyas as their king. One of the famous king among the Kakatiyas is Rudrama Devi. Rudrama Devi. So you might have heard about a brave woman ruler by the name Rudrama Devi. Even in Pocham Maidan circle also you will find her statue. So this Rudrama Devi ruled over Warangal or Kakatiya's kingdom between 1262 AD to 1289 AD. That is nearly 27 years. Nearly 27 years she has ruled, and she belonged to the famous Kakatiya family. Very few women in the world, in the country, were ruled by the very few women rulers are present in the country, and one in the distant place Delhi, Razia Sultana has ruled, but her own nobles did not like her to be ruled, so they killed her. Even in the issue of the Rudrama Devi also, many Samantas did not like her to be ruled. So they had revolted against them, but she, along with her grandson Prataparudra, had suppressed many of such revolts. It was during the revolt against by the Chendupatla king, Chendupatla subordinate king called as Kayastha Ambadeva. Several steps were taken to control these chiefs, but Kayastha Ambadeva, one of her subordinate kings, had revolted against the Rudrama Devi in the war that took place at Chendupatla in Nalgonda district. Finally, Rudrama Devi was killed in the hands of Ambadeva. She has lost her life. So tomorrow we shall see about the Nayankara system, the administrative reforms which were brought by Rudrama Devi. So Rudrama Devi is a warrior as well as a great ruler, okay, good administrator. We shall see about her rule, her policies in our next class, children. Thank you.